Alright guys, I'm getting ready to do my oxygen sensor on my 2006 GS300 all-wheel drive. I went to AutoZone and they said bank 2 sensor 2. So here's some instructions from a program called AllData, which apparently AutoZone could get you these printouts. So I'm gonna have to take apart the center console, and here it just labels all the parts, kind of shows you the little screws that you're gonna have to remove everywhere. So that's fun. And then some more fun, I actually have to remove the entire front seat, which I'm not sure why yet. I guess I won't be able to get to the sensor because I think it's somewhere on the rear end of this center console. So the instructions just basically tell you what to remove, and I'm just gonna go through these one by one and hope for the best. Here I got my oxygen sensor for bank 2 sensor 2. I actually got this from Rock Auto. Let's see if I could open this for you guys on camera. I don't have my tripod mounted yet, but basically I'm talking about half the price if you get it on Rock Auto. Everywhere else, even that Atlanta Lexus dealership that seems to sell everything for cheaper, it's about $150. So again, Rock Auto helped me out. First it was with the catalytic converter pipes that were a lot cheaper than the factory pipes, which is, I don't want to spend $2,000 when my car already has over 100,000 miles. That's just me. And I didn't want to put any kind of racing exhaust on there. But anyways, hopefully after watching this video, you guys will know how to install your own oxygen sensor, despite it being, from what it looks like, a little bit of a pain in the ass. So alright, so one of the first things you got to do is you got to put the car up on some ramps so you can crawl underneath it and locate your oxygen sensor. And behind the rear wheel, I'm also going to put a piece of 2x4 just to make sure the car doesn't roll down. And since I'm at that, inside the car, gotta make sure you put your e-brake in. Safety first. Alright. Alright, to remove the cat that was bolted on that broke, I'm just going to use one of these rubber mallets. To remove the oxygen sensor, I got the crowfoot wrench, and you just put in your socket wrench into there, and here's a slot so you don't mess up your wiring. And then you just got your simple socket set. And I just put some pieces of plastic that I had hanging around so I don't have to drag myself on asphalt. Alright guys, welcome to the underneath side of your car. Right there is your front wheel for orientation. Here's your bank 2 oxygen sensor. Sensor 2, bank 2. So we stick a crowfoot wrench in there, and we could undo that. Alright, so here's my crowfoot wrench. Socket. Slip it over. There you go. Alright guys, I've loosened the oxygen sensor. Alright guys, here's a little plastic cover. It's really hard to see. But it has these screws. Let me see if you can see it. There we go. Here's the last one. There we go. It's a plastic shield of some sort. And I just got it loose. And let me put it to the side. It's held on by some of these. Okay, put that right there. So let me show you what it exposes. Oh, I see. So here you got my oxygen sensor, right? And you can see it's routed over here. Whoop, there's my finger, and boom. Now you got a little grommet here. You know, if they made it easier, it'll connect right here, but nope. It's not gonna be that easy. And over here, this is like kind of underneath the seat, I guess. So let's see. Let's see exactly where that is. So this is the front door, and this is where both doors meet. So, yep, I guess I gotta remove the seat. Alright guys, I'm gonna be taking apart this console, so this is what I recommend. You get yourself some Tupperware, like a big one, and you just load it up. Alright, so it's a little dirty, and this is my cable for my iPhone integration kit, which I actually have a Bluetooth transceiver plugged in, so I don't have to actually plug the cable in and use pretty much any phone I want. So now, time to disassemble this thing. Alright guys, I already have a video that shows me taking out the entire center console. So I'm not gonna go into terrible detail, but you can see everything. So let me grab a flathead, because underneath here is just a little trim panel. So I'm just gonna stick a flathead underneath. Okay. Just gonna release the clip. Oops. So that is called the console upper panel garnish. And I do have the instructions here. So remove ash receptacle, and that's this whole thing. So basically, from your angle you might not see this, but I'm gonna take the screwdriver, the flathead, and basically pry up. Actually, I'm gonna lift this panel real quick, just so I could pry up both sides. So pry with a flathead, both sides. And if you want a better video of that, definitely check out my iPhone integration video. Okay. So, alright. So I have it loose. Shoot, I actually believe we have to put the car in gear. And I can't start my car because I don't have the sensor in. So I'm gonna hold the brake. Now I'm gonna unscrew. Actually, I'm gonna turn off the. Whoa! I turned on the car by accident. Whoops. All right, I'm gonna unscrew this shift handle. All right. Now I should have a little more leverage to pull this thing out. Remember, be gentle. Alright, so there we go. Let's turn off the, whoops. I put the car back in park. I'm gonna turn off the car just in case. Okay. So now I'll just remove these connectors. Alright. So, oops. So there we go. This thingamajig is removed. Alright. I'm going to put that to the side. Make sure it doesn't get damaged. So then it says blah, 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 remove ash, remove console box plate. So that is actually the number thing. I mean, that is where you have your seat warmers. So let me give you a better angle. Alright guys, apparently we gotta remove this. So I know you can't see from your angle, but there's a slot for a flathead to fit in here. And right beneath, right over here, there's like one of those clips you gotta push in on both sides so you could release something. So what I'm gonna do is put the screwdriver in here, and with my other hand try to push on that other clip, try to pop it up. Alright, so I got that side up. And by the way, I pulled this out too just in case, because it's right next to it. I wasn't sure. So same deal here. So I got my screwdriver in that same spot. I'm just gonna try. I'm wondering if I should have pulled it out. Oh, there we go. Okay. So there you go. Oh boy. Alright, so again, you got some connectors. So unconnect that. Alright, so there's that. And you could definitely plug in more stuff in here. Never took this part out before. Pretty cool. Again, put that to the side. Next, they want us to remove both of these pieces, the instrument panel, the left and right. So right here you pop this out. Okay, you pop this one out. Then you take your Phillips, you unscrew that, and make sure you put the screws somewhere where you're going to remember where they are. You don't want your car rattling around. Okay, so it's been a while since I took this apart, so I'm just going to go slowly up. I just detached, just simple pulling. So again, kind of pull towards me. Just be gentle, because basically you're just pulling out these clips. So put that to the side. That's the picture. That's hard to tell where really this is, but for bank 1, sensor 2. So this will be for the catalytic converter on your right hand side, the passenger side. Apparently that's it right there. For those of us who have to change the bank 2, sensor 2 on an all-wheel drive vehicle, let's see what fun is in store for us. Remove console box register, remove console box, disconnect front seat outer belt assembly, remove front seat. So yeah, we have all the fun. So here we are. Well, actually first let me go back to the other diagram. Basically, they want us to take out this piece and that piece, okay? And after that's out, we gotta actually remove the entire front seat first with the seat belt and then the actual seat. So crazy, huh? And I guess then we would just pull up the carpet and find the plug for the oxygen sensor. Alright guys, there's 2 bolts there. I have a 10mm socket. Kind of on the short side to get on that bolt, but you know what's awesome? Today is a humid day. Dew points above 60. Makes this project extra sweaty. Who doesn't like that, right? Alright. Okay. There we go. Now we need a Phillips head. And careful, try not to drop these screws. That would be a big problem. Lose anything. I'm just comparing if it's the same size. Okay, it is. So you can put it where you put your other screws. Goes to show you could work on any car if you have the instructions. And lucky for you, I provide you with the instructions. And I actually got to remove that little panel. It was right in there because I have an iPhone integration kit, and I don't want to rip the cable when I remove this box. Alright guys, welcome to the back seat of my Lexus. Now we got to remove this console box register. This is where your heat and AC are. So this is what I did. Popped open my ashtray, moved the flap down, pulled that right out. Then I used this as a handle and I kind of wiggled it up and down until this came loose. And as you can see, I revealed more bolts. Alright, here we go. This is pretty crazy, doing all this work to do an oxygen sensor. So my advice is, if you do want to install an iPhone integration kit, a backup camera, you know, maybe a sound system, because you got to disassemble your car so much, you might as well do them both at the same time. But let me warn you, if your oxygen sensor is broken, you don't want to wait too long, because I did, and basically I broke my catalytic converter. And if you still have your stock catalytic converter, those things are super pricey. I had to change mine because this is an all-wheel drive car, and the exhaust pipe that was bent around, and there was a heat shield covering it, and then some kind of fabric on top. It looked like asbestos, maybe, who knows. That's basically where my exhaust pipe rotted out. So that's how I decided to use Rock Auto, and the rest is history. Alright, so check that out, huh? Alright, so let's see. Slowly. You want to be careful. Let me open this and make sure everything's out. Okay. Alright, I think I feel a wire. Yep, there's wires. Wires on the back. Basically, let me slide that forward. Right here, we actually have to disconnect these first. Okay. Alright. So, careful with the front. This is a huge piece. Wow. This is a lot of work, huh? Alright. I guess it's time for me to remove the car seat. Alright guys, it's a little tight with the camera for me. First you slide this off, okay? Slide that one off, just pulling it forward. Pulling it up, whatever works. Well, you need a big mamma jamma. Okay. So this is a 14 millimeter. And you know what? After I do the back seat bolts, what I'm going to do, well first after I do these, I'm going to pull the seat forward, okay, so I could access the back seat bolts. Then I'm going to disconnect the battery because I won't have to use the power anymore, because just in case, I don't want the airbag sensor, I don't want my airbags to go off. I don't know. They said to disconnect the battery when you're hooking stuff, so I guess I should have hooked a long time ago, but you know, I had to move the seat, so. Alright, so let me move the seat forward. Go as much forward as you can. Okay. Grab this. Alright guys. I hope you love me for doing all this for you, because trust me, the camera work here is more work than the actual job. Alright. So please subscribe. I could use subscribers. So again, I'm going to pull that off. Pull that off. Alright. And again. Loosen those. Okay. Alright, so the seat should be loose. Alright guys, so tip your seat over carefully. Alright, so a couple connectors here. These are something else here. Oh, there we go. Got one loose. I just slid this part right here. So that's how you do that one. What about this big one? Oh, I just pressed that button right there. Okay, now we got this one up here. Oh, pulled that whole thing off that. This is, by the way, really fun when you got back problems. Really fun stuff. Okay, finally. So what I did is I put a screwdriver in here and I kind of twisted it. And yes, there's some kind of wasp in my car right now. Fantastic. And this seat is heavy. And yes, there's a bunch of trash on my carpet. Don't worry about it. Alright guys, this thing definitely hurt my back. I mean, maybe you could do it without doing this, but just following the instructions. So, let me see. There you go. So now I guess I can move the whole seat out of the way. Is as fun as it sounds. Alright guys, so that's where my seat was. Pardon the mess. Put my rear seat, just slid it onto the back seat. And when you pull the carpet back, that, my friends, that you can't even really see is, hold on, that is your oxygen sensor plug. And that right there, which I'm trying desperately to show you, is the grommet. It's the other side of the grommet. So here's this sensor. Now time to get this one popping. But you're just gonna have to picture me plugging this one in and going through that grommet, because it's hard to hold back everything and have these camera angles for you. Whoa, that's the grease pack. Copper grease, I think. So, let's see. I guess this is the connector I'm battling here. Apparently one side clips on right there. There's that tab. The flathead. Okay. I don't know if you saw that. Basically, I stuck a screwdriver in on that side with the tab, wiggled it, and the sensor popped right out. Okay, there's a grommet. I guess I gotta push it through. Yep. Oh yeah. You guys see? I pushed it through and I could see the floor below. So, alright. Great, I dropped that one. Holy crap, can't believe I did it. So now, oh actually I'm gonna have to put this from below. Okay. Here we go. Where is it? Right here. Here's the old sensor. See, there's a plug. And here's the hole. Alright. So, let me get this ready. This just might be worth the $100 it costs to swap the sensor. Seriously. It's a pain in the ass. Alright guys. So, putting the new plug in for the sensor. Alright. Okay, now we just gotta adjust the grommet. So I think if I just fudge it in. Almost. Okay. Alright. Perfect. The grometet's perfect. 360. And now I unplug this. Got this one loose. And there's another one right there. But I still got that pipe to fasten, so I'm not worried about it. So this. Okay. So I guess I just connect that. Just push it in. There it goes. Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh yeah. Simple. Except nuts. Alright, here's the new one. What I want to do is twist the wire counterclockwise several turns and then start turning this in. And by the way, they gave me some copper grease for the threads or some anti-seize compound. But before I put that on, what I'm going to do is start the car first with this hand tight like this. I just make sure it's working fine, I don't get any colds. Alright guys, so that was the last piece of footage that I taped for this particular project. You know, once you screw in the oxygen sensor and you put the little clips in, you start your car. If you had a code saying check VSC on your dashboard, which is the common problem with a broken oxygen sensor, that code would obviously disappear and you're good to go. Well, that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It took a lot of time and energy to record a video and to produce the video, and I hope you appreciate how detailed I made the video, because this is a complex do-it-yourself project and I wanted to include every piece of instruction I could that could possibly help you out. So thanks for watching. Become a subscriber and please hit the thumbs up button. It really does help me and inspires me to make videos like this one. Take care.